Now you might be wondering that I was sleeping there. I was not. So every time I have to give an FB live just a few minutes before starting, like 15 to 20 minutes before starting, I feel a little anxious because I feel that whatever I am going to say out there, I don't know how many people, thousands of people probably are going to look at me and they are going to listen to my words, and I might end up affecting someone's life, and I might end up helping someone, or might not be able to help someone who needs help. So what I was doing just now was to reduce that anxiety. Okay, it's called meditation. You must have definitely heard of it. But the usual idea that we have around meditation is that it is something which is associated with these sages and these kind of babas and all that. And in reality, it's a very simple technique, and there's a reason why I'm talking about it. See, what happens is you have your exams just 2 days later, right? And I understand that this is the point where you'd be like terribly anxious about everything. Have I covered that chapter? Have I learned this formula? Do I remember this? Is my revision proper? Will I be able to clear the cutoff? Which subject should I choose first? I didn't think about this. I didn't think about that. Is my center good? Will it be too hot that day? Will it rain that day? This will happen. That will happen. Should I go back and do something about it? Should I not do it? Should I sleep? Should I wake up? Should I eat this? Should I not eat this? So many questions comes to your mind, and it makes you very anxious. And in that anxiety, you're not able to focus, focusedly do the thing which you want to do. It is like sitting in a rolling chair and you keep rolling, but you don't go anywhere. That's what anxiety does to you. So one of the most important thing I want to share with you in this live is that managing your anxiety is one of the most important element you need to develop to write any exam or to appear to anything where you need to perform, right? I'm sure that a player like Sachin Tendulkar would meditate for a couple of minutes before he enters the arena, where he knows that everything depends on him, right? And how do you do meditation? So I'm not going to sit here and blabber about all the different good things about meditation and this and that. All those things you can find on the internet maybe after your examination. Right now I'm trying to tell you a technique, and please believe me that this really, really works, and please do it and don't be skeptical about this. So all you have to do is close your eyes, okay? And once you close your eyes, and even if you sit for a minute, you know that a million thoughts come to your mind, right? This, that, what is happening, and there's like this speaking voice in your mind, like just keeps like saying things to you, this, that, would I be able to clear it? What would my parents say? This and that and everything. Your job is just close your eyes, sit there, don't disturb that voice, let it speak. All you have to do is try to focus yourself on the feeling of your breath, okay? How does your breath feel? How does the going in of the air feel? How does the going out of the air, how does it feel? You don't have to think about it. Don't think how long am I taking the air in and all that. Just try to feel that. And you try to feel that, you'll feel a couple of breaths, and then again your mind will go into thinking about these thoughts will again appear, and they will like take up the charge, and you'll just start flowing from one thought to another, this stream of consciousness. And then after that you'll realize, oh, I'm supposed to meditate. So you come back, you again start feeling your breath. Keep feeling your breath. In between again you'll get distracted. You do this for 10 minutes and it relaxes you so much. All the anxiety is gone. Okay? At least a maximum part of it is gone. And now whatever you do, you can do it like completely absorbed. You must have seen this, that when you wake up after a very, very good sleep, right? You are in this zone where there are not a lot of thoughts in your mind. And if you're doing something, even when you're preparing tea, you feel that how absorbed you feel in that act, the lifting up of the cup, the putting of the leaves, and everything that you feel as if you're part of that process which you're doing, and you enjoy it so much. You're not doing anything great. You're just making a cup of tea and you're sitting in your chair and you're drinking it, but you feel so one with it. You can feel the color of the cup and everything, right? That is the feeling, and that is the effect which you want to bring to your examination. Your question paper is right in front of you. You know that now for next 3 hours, I should feel so absorbed with it. I should get so absorbed that the whole world should vanish. to me except for that paper and except for the things, and my thoughts should be the thoughts which are required to solve the problems, and no extra thoughts should come to my mind. Because believe me, when you go in an examination hall, when you sit, this happens with me and this happens with a lot of friends, so I can say that it happens with most of you, if not all of you. I'm solving a problem. It comes to my mind, will I be able to solve this? Is this the right method? What if there's a shorter method? Someone is using a shorter method. I should have gone to other method. In between, I'm getting all distracted. So method which I'm using, I'm not able to use that also. Then you get thoughts like, so many people might be working on this question right now. What if they are getting it easily than me? What if I get a bad rank than them? What if I am not able to clear off the cutoff? A lot of these kind of thoughts like keep popping into your mind. You this self-doubt, it keeps happening, and especially it happens to people who are well prepared. Because if you're not well prepared for JEE, you know that you're not going to get it. Okay, you know that okay, if I'm not prepared, actually you don't have any anxiousness, because you know that I'm just going to go and just take some few answers and whatever happens. But if you're really prepared and you know that you have a good chance of getting in, then this anxiety might take over you. So my suggestion is to meditate before the examination. In fact, I would very strongly suggest, and I suggest this to everyone, even between the examination, you take out a minute or a couple of minutes and close your eyes and focus on your breath whenever you feel anxious. Believe me, that is a very, very fruitful investment that you're making, okay? That will be a very, very productive investment that you'll be making. Though I'm beginning this live by this, that anxiety management is one of the most important thing. Now, coming to physics, chemistry and mathematics, the things which you have learned. See, in 2 days, you're not going to learn anything that is going to drastically change your result in JEE, okay? All you can do is just revise the things you have already learned. Please do not try to learn anything new, okay? This is a suggestion every teacher gives you. And the reason they give this as a suggestion is that because when you start to try to learn anything new in this phase, when you are going to be anxious, you're going to get more anxious. You're not going to learn that thing at all, because you'll feel more anxious. See, I don't know this. Oh, I don't know this. I don't know this. You can't learn that way. You need that peace of mind to learn new things, okay? Forget about learning new things. Just the things which you have learned, okay? If there is something you have not learned, leave it. Things you have learned, all the formulae, all the ideas, just brush through it, okay? No need to go deep. If you feel that, oh, this is something I really knew greatly and I had revised it, but I just want to go through it once, you just go through it once, so that the ideas in your mind just get brushed up, okay? That's all you have to do. And that's all. I mean, I'm expecting that by this time you would have already prepared a formula sheet and all, right? You need to have a sheet of formula where you have written all the formulas from mechanics, electromagnetism, everything, all the formulas must be there. You should go through that sheet. So that is the crux. See, people have this syndrome, okay? One of my friends, just now before this talk, I was talking to one of my friends and he said that, you know what, before the examination, it's very difficult for me to rest. Why? Because even if I rest for an hour, I get this feeling, what if I could have learned that in that 1 hour? What if I could have learned that idea which might come in the examination? What if, see, that is a very bad thing to have. That is a syndrome, I would say, okay? Because don't think that you are going to learn something so significant in that 2 days, 1 or 2 days, at least in the last 1 day, that is going to change your result drastically. But if you are able to manage your anxiety, that would fetch a very good result, right? So don't have this syndrome of what if I could have learned that, okay? And because of this syndrome, people are not able to even sleep before the examination, which is the worst thing they do to themselves, okay? This is what happened to me when I was writing JEE. I didn't sleep the night before because I got too anxious. I thought, ye bhi padh lu, ye bhi padh lu, ye bhi padh lu, ye bhi padh lu. I should read everything. I was not able to, and I was not able to sleep till the morning. And then I slept for 2 hours, and I was all drowsy, and I was not feeling like solving problems. And while solving problems, I was thinking about something else, or some song starts playing in your head. I don't know what all things happen. Okay, so please don't do that. And for that reason, you need to have a very good sleep before your examination. Okay, and for that, meditation is the best thing. So if you before going to sleep, even in your bed, keep your spine erect and just concentrate on your breath. Concentrate on the feeling of your breath for 15 minutes. it will relax you so much, right? 15 minutes, you can put an alarm and you can just do it for 15 minutes. You'll sleep like a baby, and that is the most important thing. One thing, okay? Second, when it comes to which subject should I start with, okay? That is like sometimes people say, okay, you start with chemistry because most of the chemistry questions are not very analytical and you can just tick and all those things. You should do physics in the end because it is tough. Many people have many theories, okay? But you know that which is your strong suit, which you want to do first, which you want to do last. Here I have a suggestion which might not be relevant to everyone because things work differently for different people, but I think that this might be useful because I feel it is very useful to me. I spend the first 5 to 10 minutes of my exam in doing this thing where I just go through the entire paper. See, as soon as you get this paper, you get this anxiety, I have to solve very quickly, okay? And in that anxiety, what you do is just start solving, and you put too much time on the initial questions or the easy questions, and then you don't get time for the tough questions when you need time, okay? Although you say that, yeah, one question is supposed to be solved in 2 to 3 minutes, but you know that there are some questions which are going to take 6 minutes. There are some questions that you'll solve in 1 minute. 2 to 3 minutes is an average number, okay? So, what is the reason that people who are creating these papers are giving these tough paper to be solved in 3 hours? You know, even experts are not able to solve these papers in 3 hours, the complete paper. Then why are they giving it to you like 11 till 12 standard students? Because see, they are not just trying to test how good you are in physics, chemistry and mathematics. Please remember that. They are trying to test how smart you are. Because to be an engineer, you need to be smart. You need to know how to manage your resources properly. Time is an important resource. And it is also one of your resources and it is one of it is a resource, right? That how much I know and what all I don't know. So what you do before an examination is, what I do at least, is that I go through the whole paper and in front of like the numbers of the questions, I make different kind of markings. For example, I'll make a circle if I know that this is and I read like not very deeply, but I just go through the question and I circle, like for example, there's a question of say simple harmonic motion. I know simple harmonic motion really well, so I'm definitely going to solve that problem. So I make a circle. I'm going to solve this, I'm going to solve this, I'm going to solve this, I'm going to solve this. There's a question I'm doubtful whether I should solve this or not, because I might get the answer, I might not. There I make a square, okay? And there are questions where I feel that no, this is the question I'm not going to touch, because even if like in the end if I've solved every problem which is very less probable, right, then I'm going to attempt to this question. There you mark a cross. I'm not going to touch this problem. Once you've done this for the whole chemistry, physics and mathematics, now you know what is the volume of your paper. It is possible that mathematics paper is like really easy this time and chemistry is really tough. In that case, you do mathematics first because most of your circles are there in mathematics. I would suggest, every people have different suggestions and they have reasons for their suggestions. I would suggest that don't go for whether should I do P first, C first, M first, or you can do that, but at least solve all the circles of all the 3 subjects first. All the circles that you have made, that these are the questions I can solve for all the 3 subjects first. And then you go for your squares, depending on that whether you feel that the number of circles in chemistry is less, I might not be able to clear the cutoff there, so I'll go and like solve the squares of chemistry first, and you can also do this thing that on the square itself you can mark some you can make some like lines on how tough this square question is. You've put a square because I might not be able to solve this, then you put 3 lines, it means that it is really tough. 1 line it is not so tough, 2 lines it is kind of tough. Okay, so you can do this thing, and so you get the idea, right? This gives you a holistic picture of, you have 3 hours, you can plan better. So the whole JEE paper is about planning, okay, that you can plan that I have 3 hours, I know I'm not going to solve all the problems, no one solves all the problems, very few people solve all the problem, okay, I'm talking to an average guy. There are people who are going to score all India rank 1 and going to be in top 10 and all that. I know, like maybe they are not even watching this FB live, they are very sure of themselves. But people who are a little anxious and who really want to like crack, who feel that, you know, I might not be in the top 10, but I can really crack and I can get into an IIT and I can build my life. For them, I'm telling this, that you can use this method. Okay. Now, another important aspect of a question paper is this, that many people have this, again, anxiety is the cause of everything. Okay, many people get this anxious about reading the question properly. Okay, they feel that I don't want to spend too much time reading the question. That is a very bad thing. Spend time in reading the question properly, please. That is a good investment. Okay, even if you feel that it is just a very small question, spend a minute and a half. Not minute and a half won't be required, but like say if it is a big question, 1 minute and a half to properly read question and understand question. And while reading the question, those thoughts shouldn't come to your mind, whether I'll be able to solve this question, do I know this thing, do I don't do this thing, what if the other guy is able to solve this, what if there are so many people who knows this, what if this, what if that, all those thoughts should not come to your mind. If those thoughts are coming, it means that you're in a state of anxiety. And in a state of anxiety, you'll mess up that question. Forget about all those thoughts. Focus on your breath. Attack that question. Read the question properly. Be very calm. Read the question properly. Okay, this is the question. All right, now, so how can I approach? Okay, these are things I have to do. Okay, fine. These are the, and even like while doing calculation, people like in their haste, like calculation like this and that, and they're writing down all the calculations. They forget where the answer is, what the numbers were, because they've created such a mess out of everything. Don't do that. Okay, many people lose their time doing that. So even if you're doing calculation, try to do it as neatly as possible. Okay, don't be like यहाँ लिख दिया, वहाँ लिख दिया, यहाँ कर दिया, वहाँ कर दिया, यहाँ round, वहाँ circle. Don't be like that. Make one column and you do your calculation quickly only, but you do it like in an order, so that you can go back and see that okay, this much part I have already done. If I'm redoing the calculation, this much I don't have to do again. I can start from here. Otherwise, what people do, they get a wrong answer, they do the whole calculation again because they don't know where they had written the numbers. This is where the smart people save their time. Okay, so this is another thing which you can incorporate for your exam. Now coming to some other things which again I am sure people have suggested you, but I'll tell you this thing. Okay, that see, JEE happens in this month of April. April is a really hot month for India. I remember when I gave my examination, the weather was really hot. Okay, so what I did was my exam was, let's say, was at 12. I started from my home 4 hours before, okay, to find the center and go there. But I knew that center, what is the big deal in finding that center is not a big deal. Okay, I know this is the school where I have to go, I'll find it. 4 hours is too much. But the process of finding that center in that heat, it was so sucking that it was really tiring, And so see, this one thing is going to happen. Even when you go from your home to your center in the sun, it is going to be terrible, okay? Because it's going to be really sunny, and you shouldn't expose yourself to too much sun and too much sweat. See, not just the sun. You go out in the sun, you get all sweaty. You don't want to be in the examination room with that kind of, feeling all, wet and sweaty. Okay, so you should take proper bath, book a cab if possible, and go there and try to avoid the sun. So the suggestion usually given is 1 day prior to the examination, you go and see the center, okay? And you know that if I have to go to that center, you go a little early, you pack your breakfast, maybe you have your breakfast there, and don't talk to people. Don't pick up any calls. Don't be like, some friend is calling, "Arey yaar, iska answer kya hoga, uska kya hoga." No. Don't get in the zone of anxiety. Okay, block that all out. I have to just focus. I have to go write this exam. I don't care whether 15 lakh or 15 crore people are writing this. I have to go and write this exam, and that is what I want to do. Okay, that should be your mentality. If possible, take a bottle of water with some glucose in it, so that if you don't feel weak and all that. And if you drink tea or coffee, have a good cup of tea or coffee. And of course, you have to take a very good sleep before the examination. So these are the things I want to tell you in general about the examination of JEE. There are 2 papers, and in between the papers also, please do not talk to anyone. Okay, that is not a good thing, because people might, if some friend has gone with you, he might ask, "Iska answer aaya, uska kya aaya, iska kya hua." No. You don't have to do that. Okay, be quiet, sit down for a while. Don't even read, do nothing. I would say that the 2 hours should be complete blank for you. Okay, if you think too much about whether I've done good, whether I've done bad in my examination, then you are going to screw up the next examination as well. So don't think about all that. Be in as calm as you can. Okay, so these are the tips I can give you 2 days before the examination. I cannot tell you that because thermodynamics is an easy topic, so you should go back to thermodynamics and read thermodynamics again. It is not going to fetch anything great to you. Even if it's an easy topic and if you have not done it till now, I don't think if you go back and do something right in these 2 days, you're going to do something extraordinary in that. In fact, you'll increase, you'll just agitate yourself more. Don't do that. Things which you have revised already, things which you feel that these are my strong points, you revise those things. Yeah, it is good if in these 2 days you can just go through the NCERT. If you have not gone through NCERT, just go through the NCERT questions in the text once, because you have already learned that. NCERT will give you another picture of it, which is very light and all that. Many people also suggest that before an examination, the day before examination, you can watch a good movie, because all these things, they bring you from a focused state of mind to a diffuse state of mind. It is very good to be in a diffuse state of mind, because only then you can be, only then another focused state of mind gets, organically it gets built from there, okay. So I think these are the suggestions which I can simply give to you before your examination. Now I have some questions here. Ronak Agrawal is asking, sir, how to prepare for moment of inertia, radius of gyration and center of mass? Please answer. How to prepare for moment of inertia? Dude, you are not going to prepare for these things in 2 days, okay? It is almost impossible. See, moment of inertia, I can tell you all the concepts of moment of inertia. What will you do with it? If you have not prepared for it, don't worry about it, okay? How much question can you expect from moment of inertia? Maybe one question. For that one question, don't create this state of anxiety. Instead of that, go back and revise things which you have already learned. And this moment, don't worry about learning about moment of inertia and radius of gyration and center of mass, okay? That is my very honest suggestion to you. Now Ritesh Bhalavi says, what will be the decent score in physics according to you? Well, I don't want to answer that. Why would I want to answer it? What is the decent score of physics? So let's say if I tell you that that number is some n, and what would you do? While writing the examination, you'll think whether I'm getting this n, if I'm getting more than this n, all those things. You forget about the decent scores and all. This is not the time to think about this, okay? Now Nandini Dandavat says, sir, how can we study of physics much easily as much as possible? Right now, just go revise all the formulae, revise everything you have learned, things you are already good in, just revise them, and don't worry about the things you have not prepared. This is not the right time for JEE, okay? Jagdish Jaina says, sir, some problem, I haven't completed first year entrance course, now I'm in second year, how can I manage? I think it's a little late to ask that question. How can you manage? If you have not been able to, what I'm understanding from this question is that there are some problems you were not understanding in your first year. Now you are able to understand. Now you're asking, I haven't completed first year entrance course. Now I'm second year. How can I manage? If you're going to write the examination in 2 days, there's no way I can tell you a method in which you're going to learn how to manage these problems, to be honest, okay? So things which you already know, go and prepare for them. And if you're going to write the examination in the next year, keep following us. We are going to do more live sessions where I'll tell you how to manage and all those things. Right now is not the right time, is what I want to say, okay? Jyotiram is asking how much marks are required to enter NIT Trichy. This is also not a thing you should be wondering at this moment. Please don't even bother yourself with these kind of questions, okay? So this session is not about how much marks do I. So those sessions are over. We did them, okay? So with that, I want to say that say no to anxiety, meditate. The method which I said is one of the methods. You can do that. And now I can't say you that follow us our YouTube page and all those things, because you're going to write your examination. But see, the thing is, we are creating content here not for JEE, okay? We are creating content to elicit this love of learning from inside you. So even if you love physics, chemistry, mathematics, you can keep watching our videos. You can keep learning from them, because there is no examination that limits or that prohibits you, like, you know, from learning, or that is the end of learning, okay? Although many teachers might have led you to believe that. So with that, I'll end this session. All the best to all of you.